have the other ones available in there. But
What? So, Luke, what are you drinking today?
Coca-Cola. Morning on the way to the gym and set my ukulele on top of the car and then drove off down the road.
I'm going to be the bow after that. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Look at that.
Hojo! I learned my lesson from last time. What a welcome, thank you. I drink the most fruity drinks imaginable.
It's laundry day.
it's laundry day.
So you always wear hats with laundry day?
I'm going to did you a favor, Jens. I just say, no ukulele.
So how did you two meet?
Well, there's these places in San Francisco. I think they're called bathhouses.
It's like one of those things where everyone wants to focus on like the big events that happen, but day to day, what we're doing is we're on like Boulevard Drawstream smoking weed, making comics. It's chill. It's so much fun, and like
Yes. Man, I'm not a YouTuber. I do this because I want to sell comic books. Hi.
Hello!
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Right. Okay. 1 sec. There you go. Now the sound is good, right? Now the sound is good? Yeah. Strange, man. I don't know what the problem is. Every week I have this problem. I don't know why. Really strange. Anyway, guys, welcome to A Drink with Brink, where I talk with other indie creators about their hopes and their dreams and their lives, but also their books and their campaigns. Because frankly, I'm done with mainstream comics. Mainstream kind of sucks. And indie is where the passion is. Right, guys, I hope you're all having a fantastic weekend and a great relaxed Sunday. I was pretty tired this weekend because I had a lot of like streams to promote the current Kickstarter campaign. We're in the final few days. I think we now have like 30 days left. Let me check. 30 hours. 30 hours left. Yes, we're in the last 30 hours. 78 backers, guys. And so I've been like grinding and promoting and going on shows. And thank you so much, guys, for having me on the shows and for watching. But oftentimes these time zones are like opposite of my usual time zone because I'm from Europe. And I want to reach a American audience. Most of my readers are American. So sometimes I need to like grind through the night. And I did that a few nights last week and I was completely beat. Like Saturday so yesterday I did almost nothing. Today I did some writing. I had to do some stuff and I went through some books also. So the Perfect 10 books and the POWERTRIP books are all printed, right? But all the books that I ship out I ship the books out to the United States to Critical Blast, and they will do the distribution there for all the backers, right? So all the books go through me. I wanted to do quality control, and usually the books are fine, nothing wrong with it. But sometimes I see this little like imperfection. For instance, this is one that I took out. I don't know if you can see it, but if you look closely here, there's these white spots, right? And here also, can you see it? White spots here also. And there, and it's not supposed to be there, right? So these are imperfections, and I can't ship out books called Perfect 10 with imperfections. So these I take out. So I don't know what I'm going to do with this yet, because the book otherwise is perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with it besides the little misprint, little error there. So I'm going to hold on to these. I don't know what I'll do with it. Maybe I'll give them away in one of the upcoming streams. You never know. Anyway, guys, let's see. I saw Gorilla Mar was in the chat. And Gorilla Mar, hey man, welcome. Guys, Gorilla Mar has his own channel, and he does comic book review. So go check that out. He can use all the subscribers he can get. So if you like comic books, especially indie comic books, go check out Gorilla Mar. And welcome, TJ Inks Thiago. Thiago, guys, is the inker of Perfect 10. He came on Perfect 10 book 5, so he joined the creative team, and now we have a inker on the team, and that's Thiago, and he does fantastic work. He also inked the Alan Goldman cover that he did for this issue. Really cool. Welcome, Thiago. All right, guys, it is time for the guest. The guest of the hour. He has a campaign going on. I think the campaign officially ended, but it's still, you can still support it. We can talk about that. So let's do this, guys. Let me see the video. I have the video here, right here, because we need to give the man a warm welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, may I have a warm applause for Mr. Deece Casillas. Yes.
How you doing, sir? Good to be here.
Yes. I'm good, Deece. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well, thank you. Yeah.
Holy shit, man. Are these boxes behind you? Are these all comic books?
They are. Yeah, those are all comic books. I've got, oh my God, let's see here.
Jeez.
They keep going that way more and more and more and more and more. So,
wow.
Yeah.
It's like you're living in a warehouse, comic book shop.
Yeah, I've got there's probably about over 30,000 individual comics back there. And from, I think the earliest one is 1944 right now.
Really?
Yeah, this rack, that blue rack, standing rack right there.
Oh. Am I rowboating? Oh.
What's that?
Oh, no, you were there was a little freeze frame, or was it me?
Sorry.
I don't know. Right.
Yeah, I've got, this is my,
Uh-oh. Oh, is it me, guys? Is it me? It can be me. No, it's not me. I don't think it's me. Oh, Deece is back. Sorry. Sometimes you freeze.
oh,
sir.
that's okay.
Right.
Sorry.
Right.
Hopefully it's,
where are you from? Where you're broadcasting from? Oh no. Oh no. Wait. Let me check. No, we have a bad connection now. I think we have a bad connection, sir. Deece. So, where are you from, Deece?
where am I from? Right now I'm in San Antonio, Texas.
In Texas? Wow.
Yes, from not from here originally, but lived here a couple years. It's home now.
Right. Wow. Excellent. So are there many like comic collectors in Texas? What's the comic scene there? Do you have like
Yeah.
specific Texan comics also? I am freezing up. Oh no.
Yeah, let me go in this. Maybe let me run in this other room. I might get better service if it's on my end. 1 second. Let me see here.
All right.
Let's see. 1 minute.
All right. Cool.
This is great live stream material. This is perfect.
Yeah. Sometimes
people get a free. This is a tour, my cribs tour.
Oh, cool.
So people can check out my whole house. This is another room I have in my house. So yeah, I have.
Yeah, but you wanted the cool backdrop with all the boxes, right?
It's just hotter in this room, but that's okay.
Oh, right.
Hopefully,
Okay,
I'm not
guys.
freezing up now.
Yeah, there was this one time where I thought the other one was freezing, but it was actually me. So I need to check constantly what the deal is. Anyway, Deece, welcome, sir. Kill Stan. That's your own comic.
Kill Stan, yeah, that's it. We're on issue number 2. Is about to be released. We're excited. People, great reviews on number 1. People were loving it. We've selling it all over, so we're happy that we were able to fast track number 2, and now working on number 3.
Wow, you're working on number 3. So how many issues do you have planned? Is this ongoing thing?
It's 10 issues. So yeah, it's a 10 issue series. The whole thing is written. Basically, it's just time for the art. My artist Felipe Sobriera, who is an amazing artist. He's got a job in advertising to feed his family. Apparently the page rate I pay him isn't enough to sustain a living. But I hope to change that by once this upward trajectory of this book keeps happening. I hope to be able to pay him more and entice him into spending more time doing this and less time on that pesky advertising job. Who needs health insurance in retirement when you can draw comic books?
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's very difficult to make a living within comics. So my advice is don't quit your day job too soon, right? You never know what's going to happen. But so far so good, right? So technically your last campaign went okay. You broke even. What's the situation?
On number 2 or number 1?
Number 1.
On number 1, number 1 we did great. We fully funded in 5 days, and I think we ended up about $2,000 over the initial goal. So number 1 did great. And number 2, we lowered the goal significantly on number 2. We're really just trying to offset some of the initial cost of production. But overall, we're doing a lot of direct to consumer and retail market. So it's not the driving force for sales. It's just kind of offsetting the initial cost of producing the book at this point.
All right. So this Kickstarter part is like secondary. So you go.
Yeah, I don't know if it's second. It's kind of like I mean, number 1 was at the printer before I even started the Kickstarter. So
Right.
I mean, it was number 1 was already paid for, done, and in the printer's hands before the Kickstarter even launched. The Kickstarter was just, again, kind of recouping what I had put into the book and getting some extra money for promotion and pre-orders for the book.
Sure.
Pretty much same thing with number 2. And that's kind of the idea with every book is the book's happening. This just allows people to get some pre-orders, support the book early, and also there's some exclusive covers and things like that they can get just through the Kickstarter. So
Okay, that is cool. So people who bought it through the store or through a convention, they can still get a new cover this way.
Yeah, we do an exclusive cover with the Kickstarter where we do a limited run of only 25 of them total.
Oh,
of
right.
a certain cover. So
Excellent.
we're gonna do that with every campaign.
Excellent. Welcome. Darkside is Comics. Welcome, sir. Guys, Darkside is Comics has its own YouTube channel with daily comic book reviews. So go check it out and subscribe. Right. Oh, nowadays it's also a gaming channel, right? Anyway, Kill Stan number 2. That's great. So now you're in. You said you were like going through retail also and through other like avenues to sell your book.
Yeah, so we're getting into a lot of retail stores, trying to expand as aggressively as possible, getting into comic book shops around the area, where in Texas and beyond. I think we're in about almost 10 shops now, who are all doing really well with the book. And we've got some signings coming up at some events coming up at some retail spots. So we're working on expanding that into other states. More, we've got a marketing campaign that's being worked on right now that's going to try to get us into as many retailers as possible. And basically doing a lot of self-distribution and direct to consumer. That's kind of the model we're working on right now. And so far it's been working. Granted, we're on a small scale. Growing pains may make that unfeasible at a certain point, but hey, if that happens, that's a good problem to have.
Right. So you actually go out to drive to these locations. You talk to the shop owners about your comic. You bring the comics there. Is that how it works? Or do you have a team working for you?
Yeah, some of it's virtual. Some of it I'm doing virtually via email or phone. And then I do have a marketing team now that's working on a campaign to get me into kind of email blasts to stores, as well as online campaigns directed kind of not geofence, but kind of marketing to specifically to certain demographics that this will appeal to a little more.
Right. Did you do some marketing research? What your audience was, or what kind of?
I wouldn't necessarily. I don't know if we didn't really do market research as to what my audience wants. We did market research as to who I feel our audience is,
right,
and how to reach those people.
Yeah. Yeah, but oftentimes you already know a little bit, right? Because there's, you're technically your own audience, unless you like gear comics especially towards a younger audience, for instance.
Right. Specifically, we're trying to reach people who are interested in comic books, obviously interested in other things. You start looking at people who are interested in these type of crime noir type of either movies, books, etc. Things, adjacent media, not necessarily specifically comic books. And then also a certain age range, demographic. We're skewing a little older. When I say a little older, I mean probably like 30 to 40 is probably a better age range for. There's just more comic book readers in that demographic, and also the tone of this book is more of a character piece, deeper story than just to punch them up. So people who are looking for a little more depth in their comic books.
Right. Cool. Let me see. Kill Stan. Shall we start with the trailer here?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. All right. There we go. Whoa. cool.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with the epicness of the music and interesting trailer bits and pieces there. So kill Stan. What's the basic concept here? What
Yeah.
makes you think of this concept?
Well, Kill Stan is about a guy who wants to end his own life, so he decides to do it through vigilantism. So it's kind of a neo-noir crime thriller on its surface, but really it's a character piece about his personal journey of loss, trauma, and the crazy things we do when we feel like we have nothing left to live for. So, again, it's not really just a straight punch him up. That's actually the least interesting part of this book. It's really about him and what he's going through, why he wants to end his own life, why anyone would feel that way. Facing your own demons that put you in those personal struggles, and how everyone can relate to that, because we've all felt desperate at the end of our rope, like we don't know where to turn next and have nothing left, just being broken. And it was inspired by a lot of things. I started writing this story in early 2020 when right at the beginning of COVID, and my best friend, another comedian, I do stand-up comedy for a living, for anyone listening. That's my day job, or night job, I guess. But that's my job. And another comedian, he actually took his own life. And, then by the time that was kind of settling in a little bit, COVID started, and, that fundamentally changed everyone and fundamentally changed their lives and how they felt. It broke a lot of people mentally, spiritually, physically, existentially, financially, politically. I mean, people just were losing everything in so many different ways. And you saw these people kind of spinning out and not really knowing where, because it was unprecedented times. We'd never seen anything like that. And not knowing how to channel that energy. A lot of it was channeled into negative things. A lot of it was channeled into addiction. A lot of it was channeled into anger against other people around them, and misused because they didn't know how to handle this situation. So it got me thinking about what someone would do, if you really, in a crazy time, and you knew you wanted to die and had nothing left to live for, how would you handle that? How would someone really process that? And you kind of push that forward in a little bit of a crazier tone in this situation with the vigilantism. But I think, again, that's just an avatar to tell the real story of him and his journey through the darkness of his own mind.
All right. That's fascinating. That this dark period we all went through, and you turned that into something creative. Do you think this comic that you would have made, that you would have started a comic without the COVID process?
Yeah, I would have this isn't the first comic book I've written. It's just the first one I took to completion. So I've written. Before this one, I've attempted to do comic books with people before. It just never worked. When I say I've written hundreds of comic book scripts, that's not hyperbole. We might be in the thousands even of literal scripts for books, for things I want to write. So there's plenty more that's going to come after this book. But, when I kind of realized I started writing this, and it really took on a life of its own and just felt like the right time. And then when I really, a couple years had passed and I'd written it, and I really had the time to make it come to life, and really wanted to just finance and dive in and make a comic book happen. I did contemplate which one I was going to do out of all the books I've written. And this one just kept light flashing at me, like this, me. And it was really a no-brainer when I sat down and thought about it. And part of it was kind of a you know, this is 10 issues. So this isn't my magnum opus. This isn't this long sprawling thing that people have to commit to. And, you know, like some Chris Claremont-esque epic that they're going to be strapped to for the next 10 years, right? Like it's 10 issues, you know, it's gonna, we're cranking them out every 3 months about, hopefully that timeline gets even faster soon. So, I mean, you're talking about a short dedication to that. So I want people to be able to like get in, get out, have this story that has a beginning, middle, and end, and understand, you know, my writing style, the type of narratives I want to tell, and start to enjoy my work, and gain that following, and then build, you know, the next book will be a little longer. The next one after that's a little longer than that. And they just kind of start becoming more expansive when you have more attention, you know?
Sure. I'm really fascinated by the idea that you wrote like hundreds of comic book scripts. So you specifically wrote them for comics?
Yes.
To become comics eventually?
Yeah.
Wow. So yeah. I saw from your collection that you're a true comic book fan. So this was something you always wanted to do, apparently.
Yeah, my entire life. If I was being honest, if you asked me and I was being honest about what I wanted to do, all I wanted to do was write comic books. I just completely love the medium. You know, what I want to write and how I write has changed. You know, when I was a kid, I wanted to write, you know, X-Men or something, you know. And don't get me wrong, I still have I got some bangers for the X-Men that I would love to do. Disney wouldn't hire me in a million years because of my Twitter history alone. But you know, you grow up and you move on to big boy comic books and big boy stories and stuff like this, where you're talking about, again, it's not a punch 'em up. It's not a come back next month and then come back next month and then come back next month for the rest of your life, because we need you on the hook for $4.99 a month until you fucking die. This is a real story, you know, with a real a complete beginning, middle, and end. And there's an arc of this character. There's an arc of multiple characters, and there's a message in it. You know, there's a deeper subtext.
Right. So does writing, does that come natural to you? Was it something that you needed to learn, or?
No, I mean, I've always wanted to write. It's literally, you know, I've always wanted to write. Like I said, I want to write comic books, but I wanted to write in general. I mean, I wanted to write books. I wanted to write screenplays. And I have done all those things. I mean, I've published a book before. I've worked in, you know, on some film and TV stuff. I've done, you know, I write comedy for a living. So I've done a lot of writing. I mean, and you're talking about a guy who dropped out of school at 15, never went to high school, GED. You know, I not formally educated, but was able to make a living in writing. So it was just purely, you know, what I wanted to do.
That's fantastic. You're driven when it comes to writing, man. Really cool. So a lot of cool feedback I see here.
Yeah.
People seem to enjoy what you made.
People have been really, really generous with their words and the way how they feel about it. It's just really nice that people have been connecting with it and understanding, again, the story, the deeper subtext and story we're really telling here. You know, because, you know, it's comic books. You can tell anything, and it's really easy to get lost in the, hey, there's this guy and he's got a gun sometimes and he's punching some people, and, you know, you're like, okay, this happened, that happened, and next month we'll probably see more of that. It's like, yeah, that's true, but that's not, you know, there's so much more going on here.
Yeah, I know it's very difficult to sell your book just by talking about it, because it has like often many layers, and so the basic principle is often not that complicated, but it's what you do with it, right? All right, really cool. Stan, kill Stan. I think the title is very it's very cool also. Just simple, but it works. Kill Stan. So your artist, is he also from Texas or?
No, he's actually from Brazil.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, lives in
Yeah, man.
Brazil. So
Yeah. All right. Nice. So the colors, he does the colors also.
no, I've got a colorist named Jimmy G. He lives in Poland, actually. So yeah, but
In Holland?
he's in Poland. Yeah,
Oh, Poland. Oh, okay.
yeah. Poland or Norway? I always forget. One of those two.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, these
the
Scandinavian.
yeah, it's not that they're the same place, but it is. He's in one of those places.
Yeah.
But yeah, so with the cut, you can see the coloring and art here. I'm very I'm very meticulous with my scripts. So I probably closer to like Alan Moore than
Oh, really? Yeah.
like
Oh,
very I mean, I don't get as into the minutia as like what way the wind is blowing and what flowers were blooming that time of year in the scene. But you know, I break down this, like this first page you see here. I'm like, okay, 4 panels, they're wide angle panels, they're all symmetrical. And like I'll even do like a lot of thumbnails and breakdowns of how the script. I mean, I'm specific about where the placement of the character, which way they're facing, the point of view of the camera. And then same thing with the color. Like I go through and do a very intricate and intentional color scheme on every page. You know, there's a reason it goes red, blue, red, and there's like these tones used on this page.
wow. So when you write, you already like see it in front of you, right? Like it should be.
Yeah. Yep. Luckily, I'm lucky that Felipe is really good at bringing my vision to life. I mean, I give him pretty intricate scripts, but he's really good at interpreting it and making it come to life. He's also, you know, he's good at adding some stuff. I mean, he's had some suggestions on some things that have made stuff better. And so, you know, sometimes it's great. Sometimes it's like, no, I need it to be like the script, you know, and then sometimes it's like, yeah, actually that adds to it. Let's do that. So he's great at bringing it to life, and he's nailed everything. I mean, there's like a car chase scene in number 2 that I wrote. And when I was writing it, I'm just like, in my head, I'm thinking, good luck to whoever has to draw this, because this is crazy. But I just wrote it. I'm like, this is what I want to see. So I'm going to write it and we'll see what happens. And my God, he started sending me pages and I'm just like, this is incredible. You just could not be better.
Wow.
So,
excellent. Welcome, Apex Comics. He says, brew, haha. Welcome, Apex. Is your campaign still active, Apex? I don't know. Cool. So does this mean that you, when you write, that you already know the entire story? Because some writers, they write and they kind of explore the story as they go, right? But because you're so meticulous, maybe you already know the entire thing before you start.
I would say it's a mix of both. I know here's usually how a story starts for me is I will generally think of a really cool opening to a book, or like or something. I'll think of it like opening line or something that seems really grabbing, you know, something that was like a cool hook. And then I will, if I can think of then I'm like, well, how does this end? And then I will think of the end, what the last page is going to be, or the ending. And then I can fill in the blanks from there. And I pretty much have it written out. Like I'll make everything pretty intricate when I do a skeleton of it. But there's room for manipulation. There's room for growth. There's room for to maneuver things like this. It was actually initially a 12-issue series. And as I began writing it, it just felt a little bloated in places. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to I don't want to have to feel like I have to do a 12-issue series or like make it a year. I don't want to have to hit a page count. Like, let's just make all 10 issues count. Every page counts. There's no pages where you're like, nah, this could have been left on the editing room floor. Like, I don't want that in this comic.
No,
I want, Yeah, I just wanted every page to matter, every word to matter, every panel to be important. So I trimmed it down. I compressed it a little bit. And as I did that, I realized it was like moving. There's a couple issues, like it was kind of 7 through 12 that were kind of like feeling like, well, what's happening in here? There's a couple like things that there's some beats, but what else is happening? Then I started pressing it together, and I just realized it made the pace that much more relentless and really made it like, yeah, I want people to read this and like start hyperventilating. I want people's like heart rate to go up. That it moves at a pace that really keeps you locked in.
Yeah, I completely get that, man. But also not only to keep the story moving, right? But also because it's very expensive as indie creator to make pages. Every page costs money, right? So you have to be like spend your resources wisely, you know?
Yeah. I mean, that's true. I guess I did. You're right. I didn't even think about it that way. But you're absolutely right. You do want to, really, it's just, for me, it was about making the best product I could, and offering, making sure that we're not, because I mean, I have problems watching TV shows these days, because any like serialized drama show, because there's always bloat. There's always, there's always episode 5 where you're like, we didn't fucking need this at all.
I know.
Or like episode 7 is 50 minutes long, and there's like one 7-minute scene that was worth it. The rest of it's crap. And I'm like, but that's the problem with TV, is these people are like, oh, we have 12, we got to fill 12 episodes. So if you got to stretch it out, fine. And I'm like, no, just make 9 episodes that are bangers from front to back, and stop filling it, cut the crap. Because otherwise I just stop watching, and now you've lost completely. It doesn't matter that, so I want everything to count and people to stay invested in what's happening.
Right. Yeah. This is why I love the series Breaking Bad so much, because it's complete story. So the ending is fantastic. It's much like they knew from the beginning where it would end, but they just didn't. It was just a matter of fantastic writing,
Yeah.
And it's only one episode from the 5 seasons. One episode you can remove. That's filler. Yeah, but the rest is fantastic.
Good. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's sometimes when you ask about like if I know the ending, how things go, it's like, a lot of the times in writing, and this is not just in comic books, but in many other things I've written, is when you really develop a character and start getting into it, the I don't know if you find this ever, but the characters almost start to write themselves at a certain point.
Yeah.
Because you're not like, oh, this is what Stan would stay here. No, it's like Stan has a voice now. Stan has a demeanor. Stan has a way of thinking. And Stan starts telling me how we think, like, I'm like, this is the scenario. And Stan's like, this is what I'm saying in that scenario. And you're like, oh yeah, that is what he'd say.
Yeah, absolutely. This is why I find it difficult to like you have the ending, so a specific ending that you want to work towards, but I find it difficult to get a story to that specific ending without it feeling forced, like it's pushed, right?
I for me, it's like it's beats. I call them beats, where I know the beats I want to hit, the major points we need to get, like checkpoints throughout the story, right? And there's wiggle room in between of what happens, but we have to get to that checkpoint, but we can massage it a little on its way. And then in between the next couple checkpoints, like there's room again. And, there's stuff that I've completely removed on some stories, not Stan specifically, but other books I've written where I'm like, oh yeah, like this actually, let's just take that out, or we add this in, so you have to have some flexibility. Again, it's just about making the best product and delivering the most quality I can.
Absolutely. I was just looking at these colors, which are like interesting color choices, right? Other colorists would often like go nuts with all the colors and intricate like coloring details, but your colorist chooses like large sections of one color, and it creates this interesting atmosphere.
So this is, yeah. So this color, the way this is colored is very specific. And this was all something I worked with my colorist on directly, because this is what I wanted. Like, this was me conveying all this information to him to get this tone in these palettes, and this richness, the saturation, the contrast, like. So, I mean, I really wanted to make the colors specific. And once he kind of understood what I was looking for, it's much easier for him to do issues now. But originally we had to go a couple passes before he understood what I wanted. But yeah, this is all very specific stuff that I gave him to make sure we had it look this way. You know, comic books is like a visual medium, you know, and we a lot of times, more often than not, I don't think creators use color to convey a story at all. They're just like, yeah, color it however it would be colored. And that, to me, that doesn't make sense. You know, you're leaving money on the table. Like, we're getting it colored, let's color it in a way that conveys a tone. It conveys a theme. There's again, like, if you look at page 1, and there's that heavy blue, then heavy red, then heavy blue. Like, all that is for a reason. It conveys a tone of what's happening on that page. And we have other pages like that in the future with certain colors, and like the richness of Stan on these colors, how he looks kind of purple red. Like, we wanted that to be that specific color. He stands out. Like, he's obviously a different color tone than the rest of the pages, like the rest of the people on the page. You know,
it's also the skin, right?
Yep, like skin tone, everything. We wanted him to stand out, look inflamed, look like a different, you know. So that's all intentional. And then, like, if you go down a little more, like the EKG is all red on one page up. Is like, yeah, bottom of that, like the EKG.
Oh yeah, here. Yeah.
Right? You make that completely red, which also pushes forward like the direness of that particular thing, that, you know, it's, his pulse is going down to 0. So there's all these different things we do to really make it utilize the color as well as the art in the dialogue.
Wow, you're close to a movie director. Like, you know specifically what you want, man.
I know it's in my head. I know what I want. Luckily, I'm lucky that my team was able to get in my head and help pull that out. Like, you know, they were able to understand what I wanted, and we work with it. You know, like I said, you know, it took a couple passes with the color, but now there's very little direction with the color. Most times my colorist sends me pages back, and there's almost no correction. He knows what I'm looking for.
Right.
But I mean, I give a color script, but, you know, he knows how to do it.
Sure. Yeah. This is a spectacular panel also, like a splash page.
Yep. Yeah.
Really cool, man. So it's almost like Stan dies here, right? But probably not. You still have some issues to go.
Yeah, we'll see. You know, there's a cliffhanger. It's kind of told out of order.
Right.
There's some, you know, his narration of this thing out of order a little bit. So, you know, there's some intrigue as to what is the now, what is the past, and, you know, what happens in the end.
Right. Really cool. Right. So you have a few covers that people can choose from. This is the main cover painted variant and the blood foil.
Yeah, so those were the covers for number 1.
Oh, for number 1, right.
And we put those on there because you can still order those on the second Kickstarter. So I just wanted people to see what they were getting.
Right.
But there's the main cover, the painted variant, and then the foil variant with like bloody foil variant that we do also.
Cool. Right.
Yeah, and
then two, some variations. You have one for Kickstarter exclusive.
That'll be, the far right. Then that's the bloody. That one won't be foil, but that is an exclusive bloody edition of the variant, and there's only 25 of those total we print.
Oh yeah, right, cool.
So, but if you look at the main cover, if you look at
this one, oh, it froze up again. Yeah, I'm still here.
For number one and the main cover for number two, they're both like a red and black minimalistic style, and that's going to be the theme throughout all the covers. For the main covers also, we wanted all the covers to be black with kind of a red silhouette, some sort of dramatic feel. So all the main covers are going to have that same theme of red character, black background, and that's, so we want them all to look so it looks like there's some synchronicity there.
Yeah,
and it's also some starkness, some darkness, things like that.
Really cool. Yeah, right. Let's see. So you have, so people can still get this. The campaign's technically over. You're now in, this is new Kickstarter now. You can now like do, after the campaign you do, you can still sell books, right?
Yep,
that's really cool. That's pretty new. So you have a digital edition for $8. That's great. Issues 1 and 2 digital for $12, and people get the physical book with free shipping
in the USA. Free shipping in the USA. Yep.
All right, excellent. $20. How many pages is this book again?
This one is 24. I think the first number one's 28 pages. I think this one's 24.
Right. All right. You get a signed copy with free shipping. Excellent. And comedy special. What do people get with the comedy special?
Yeah, so it's a digital download of my 1 hour comedy special. So you get the video, 4K video I shot about 2 years ago of my comedy special, 1 hour. So yeah, you get to keep that forever and laugh and read all the things I've done.
Excellent. Not your cup of tea.
That's the name of the special. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. All right. And I'm really curious to see that. And then you have set 1 + 2 free shipping for $30. That's great. Holy shit. And you get the variant set signed plus the comedy special for $50.
So nice. That's the you'll get the main cover, and you'll get the street variant, the variant cover, and the comedy special for $50. Yeah.
Fantastic. The 3-pack limited variant set signed plus comedy. So there's all 3 copies or 3 versions.
Yep, all 3 covers.
Yeah. Signed plus comedy set. Cool. The Ultimate Killer Pack 6 book. Oh yeah, that's all of this.
Yep, all 3 covers from number 1 and all 3 covers from number 2. So the only one you're missing is the Kickstarter exclusive that we did for number 1. That one is gone, but we did. So otherwise you'll get all the covers we've done so far. So those 6 you see there.
Yeah. Oh, brilliant. Excellent. Oh, you have more. You have the variant set signed plus live comedy show. People can come and watch you live.
Even better, I will come to you.
Oh,
and do a free comedy, or well, not free, but exclusive comedy show for you and your friends at your home. Date to be determined, worked out with my schedule, in the USA only, potentially out of the country if it's if tickets are cheap enough.
Oh shit.
It's got to make sense financially with ticket prices. But yeah, so
That is so cool. It's too bad no one picked this one yet, because
no bites. But I always throw it out there because you never know if some whale's going to come along and be like, sure, let's do it.
yeah, man.
You got to do some crazy high one just in
Yeah,
case.
I love this. That's a great right. Okay, cool. Really cool, man. So you're now at 42 backers. So the books, you said the books were done, right?
Book's done. Yeah.
All right. So fulfillment is in progress right now.
Yeah. Yep. A couple weeks.
All right, a couple of weeks. So this means this will still be active for a few more weeks, and then you close it?
Yeah, we'll probably keep it active for about another month. We are opening up a page on Fund My Comic, so people will be able to get it there. You can do like a storefront on Fund My Comic, so people can buy directly from that also. That'll be happening. But
that's cool, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know if you've used Fund My Comic at all.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, so you can just do like a storefront. So we're going to do that. That should be done soon. But for now, you can just do the late pledges on here. And then also, you know, if you want to order anything too, you can just hit me up directly on Instagram or Facebook or through our website, and we'll figure out how to get it to you in payment. So we do a lot of direct to consumer that way. I get a lot of messages on Instagram like, hey, how do I buy your book? I'm just like, I don't know, man, send me $12 on Venmo and your address, and I'll send it over. So we do a lot of that too.
Yeah, that's excellent. You make it accessible, right?
Yeah,
that's good. So what's the name of your website? You mentioned your website.
The website is inferno.earth. That's the name of the website. There's no .com. It's .earth. That's the domain. Inferno.earth is also the Instagram handle, and Inferno Comics on Facebook.
All right. Excellent. Really cool. All right, man. Well, that's great stuff. So people can follow you. I put the links, guys, in the description of this video, so you can follow Mr. Casillas, right? Casillas?
Yeah,
right.
You got it. Yep.
Excellent. What a wonderful last name. Right. Share and my screen shares. There we go. Excellent. All right. Before we close this stream, guys, I like to share something else, because I have something going on also, and I need to show you for a moment right here, just for a moment. Oh, we just had another backer. Excellent.
Hey,
79 backers and 29 hours to go, and then this is over. This is like basically the second chance part of our campaign. We've been on Indiegogo, we've been on Fund My Comic, and this is the last chance for people who want to grab the book, because the other parts of the campaign have closed. So if you like superhero comics, so like real cool 90s style, colorful, fast-paced, action-packed superhero adventures, then this is maybe something for you. Go check it out. It's a story about a artificial assassin who wakes up in a superhero universe, and she is attacked by supervillains. She doesn't know why, and she has to find her role in this war that's going on between various factions. It's really cool, guys. We're now at issue 5. We have like 3 variants. This is cover A, drawn by POWERTRIP, the main artist of the book. Cover B, this is the main character 10 with the biggest gun that we could fit on the page. And then we have the rare variant cover drawn by Alan Goldman. This was originally available on Fund My Comic, but we have a few copies left, so you can still get this as add-on if you want the book. So check it out, guys. This is like classic superhero stuff. These are the superhero comics that I want to read, right? That I want to buy. So you see some pencil art. As you can see, it's fantastic work. You can watch some progress videos if you like. Plus, we have a second new book called POWERTRIP. It's POWERTRIP issue 2, which tells 3 shorter stories from the Jamie Comics universe made by different creative teams. So other creators create other characters. They bring them to the Jamie universe, or they write my characters or whatever. But anyway, this is a platform through which we showcase new characters and concepts that don't really require their own title, but we still want to show them, right? So Shadowline, for instance, is a Brazilian street level hero who takes on the Brazilian underworld, and he meets like weird creatures. And then we have the Flying Dutchman, who's basically our Superman archetype, written by myself, drawn by Paul Rodrigues. Cool stuff, guys. And finally, the Phenomenals, which tells the story about 4 metanormals, as we call them in the universe, who never made it through the superhero academy, but they formed this group anyway because they want to be superheroes, right? It's drawn by Gilbert Monsanto. It's really, really cool stuff. And you can still get a character commission. So any character you want, can be your own character, can be mainstream, can be Jamieverse, whatever you want. POW will draw for you. You will receive original art and you will receive a high-res scan. You can use it for whatever you want. And this all comes with new trading cards. So go check it out, guys. I'm really curious who will be backer number 80. And with 29 hours to go, I will probably do a closing stream tomorrow. Right. And my screen shares. Deece, thank you so much for being my guest for today and for showing us your campaign, sir.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, you're very welcome. Good luck with the campaign. And if you have another book, just reach out to me and we'll promote it.
I will. Thank you. Yeah. Give us a couple months and number 3 will be on the way.
Excellent. Fantastic. All right. Thank you, Deece. And special thanks to the chat for being here. And if you're watching the replay, thank you so much. Hi. And if you liked this conversation, give this stream a like. If you didn't like the conversation, give it a dislike. And I'm very sorry. I will be back next week with a new guest. So same time, same channel, new guest. Hope to see you guys then. Bye.